So I saw Rogue One, a Star Wars story last night, and instead of writing a written review about it, I thought I'd do a quick video review. So here it is. This is my quick 3 to 4 minute, probably longer, I like to ramble, spoiler-free review of Rogue One, a Star Wars story. So Rogue One, a Star Wars story is set between episodes 3 and 4, so in between episodes, between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, or as I like to call it, Star Wars, because, you know, that's what it's called. And it follows the character Jyn Erso, played by Felicity Jones, who does a fantastic job. She is a really good lead character in this movie. People are saying, oh, I can't believe a woman's a lead character in a Star Wars movie. Are we just going to forget that, you know, Rey is the lead character, essentially, in The Force Awakens? But that's a side point. She does a great job, and she's a really, really likeable lead character in this movie, who, because of the way the film tells its story in the opening hour, you really become emotionally invested in the character and the cause that she has, and her progression as a character across the movie is really quite nice to see. Diego Luna plays Cassian Andor. He's like the second, like the lead, the sidekick, if you will, alongside Jyn Erso in the film. And there's some really great characters along the way. My only criticism of the film would be that there's a lot of characters that get introduced to us in a very short space of time, and it's a lot to take in, so you need to concentrate. You jump from planet to planet as they bring in all these characters, and there was times where I was sat there like, okay, I'm looking forward to when this all kind of pieces together so it all can make sense, and it does, and it happens within the first hour. So the first hour is not bad by any stretch, especially the first 15 minutes. I was like, oh, this is really cool. But yeah, there are moments where you have to sit there, there's character development, you'll introduce these new people, and come the second half of the movie, it's all balls to the wall, and it's some of the best action and best sort of individual moments that I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie. And there's one particular moment in the film, which I'm not going to say anything about because I do not want it spoiled for anybody that watches this. As I said, it's spoiler-free. Is one of my all-time favourite movie moments ever. Has to be. I was sat in my chair and I was literally whispering to myself, holy shit. Holy shit. I was loving it. And anyone who's seen Rogue One will know what that is, because it's the best moment of the movie. But I'm not going to say what it is, because I want everyone to have the same reaction I did, because I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. One thing I will say about this movie is that this is so unlike any other Star Wars movie that I've seen. They've all been relatively campy space operas. This is more of a war movie. Yep, you jump from planet to planet. There is some sci-fi elements of it, obviously, because it's Star Wars. But don't go expecting, you know, The Force Awakens is a sci-fi movie. This is more of a war movie based in space. And I think that's why this is so unique. Rogue One is unlike any Star Wars movie that we've seen up to this point, because there's no Star Wars film that's dared to go down the route that it did. It reminds you why it's called Star Wars. Wars, underlined, big capital letters in big red font writing. It's a war. This is what this movie is. It's a war, and you are down in the trenches, literally, with these characters. You are fighting alongside them, and come the film's second act, you are so emotionally invested in what's going on. You are egging these characters on, and it is, come the film's conclusion, it's emotionally satisfying, and you feel like you've been on this journey and this ride with them. I don't want to say anything. The trailers, go watch them. They'll explain some very basic elements of the story. I will basically say what's in the trailer. So the Death Star has been created, and the Rebel Alliance need to know what, you know, the plans for it, so they can take the fight to the Empire. That is the plot. I don't want to say anything more about it because it would be unfair for me to do so, but it's a really good story. And come the end, I was so emotionally and just satisfied and delighted by how the film turned out. It was really, really great. I would say the only downside to this movie is that the first hour, it's not slow and it's not boring. I did find it really enjoyable, but there is a lot to take in the first hour, and you can argue that the way it jumps from character to character in terms of trying to introduce them is a little bit choppy, but it's not a big issue for me. I enjoyed the characters' introductions, and I liked a lot of the characters. The best character in the movie is K2SO, the droid. Lots of comedy relief from that character. Some great one-liners. Like, there's some fantastic one-liners which really do, you know, have a break in the tension. And this film is tense, and this film is gritty, and this film is dark, and there are moments where you're like, oh my god. I will just say one thing about this film. We all know Darth Vader is in this movie. It's been told. He's in the trailers. All I will say is, to avoid being disappointed, is just keep your expectations of Darth Vader in check. That's all I'm going to say. keep him in check. It's not saying that, you know, he isn't awesome in the film, because I will say he is awesome in this movie. I'm not going to say what he does and anything he says, but this isn't a Darth Vader movie. That is all I'm going to say. That is all I'll say. Take that for what you want. It's not a Darth Vader movie, but he is still Darth Vader. And I know that's vague as hell, but that's all I'm going to say, because I really, really want people to watch this film and have the those moments of, oh my God, that I did, because it was a special cinema going experience for me. Go see it. I'm not going to give a rating, because that's a load of bullshit. It is very much worth your money. Go see that in the cinema. It looks amazing. The CGI is absolutely beautiful, and there's some characters which are, you know, used via CGI, you know, sparingly, but there's some character usage, and you can tell it's CGI, but it looks great. That's, again, vague as anything, but that's all I'll say. That's my thoughts on Rogue One. As a standalone Star Wars movie, that's going to be part of this new Star Wars anthology movie. I think in 2018 we're getting a Han Solo movie, and in 2020 we are going to get a Boba Fett movie. And then obviously next year we get Episode 8, which hopefully soon we should get an official title announcement for that, probably in the new year. But go see Rogue One. It is brilliant. Don't hold back. If you're on the fence about seeing it, don't be. It is really, really good. I would say it's bordering the top 3 best Star Wars movies I've seen. It's on a par with The Force Awakens. They're 2 totally different movies. But I think I came away from Rogue One thinking, like, that was so kick-ass, whilst with Force Awakens I was just so happy with how good it was, as opposed to thinking, oh man, I was just a kick-ass movie. Doesn't necessarily mean one's worse than the other, but they're both great movies. But Rogue One is touching that top 3 territory for me. I don't think anything that Disney does over the next few years will ever touch The Empire Strikes Back. That's my favourite film of all time, and that is, you know, the best Star Wars movie. It just is. Thank you very much for watching this review. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you find it somewhat informative, and even though I'm trying to be vague as possible, because, as I said, I just want people to go and enjoy this movie and have those moments, which this film does have. This film has some fantastic moments, and experience them the way I did, where I was just sat in my chair and I was just like wide-eyed, big smile, going, oh my God, this film is so good. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good weekend. And if you're watching this around the Christmas period, Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you very much for watching.